Hey guys, in this video I'd like to talk about Windows 8, the developer preview, also known as the first beta release. I want to try and keep this video as short as possible. I could literally spend over an hour talking about all of the changes, so I don't want to waste your time. So now we are basically on the logon splash screen, as I like to call it. We have a background picture here, we have the time, the date. It's telling us that we are connected to, Ethernet, the internet. To get past this screen, you can either drag up with your mouse or your fingers if you're on a tablet or a touch screen computer, or you can press the up key on your keyboard. And now here's the login screen. I'm not completely sure how this works, though I log in using the same credentials as my Windows Live account. Which I think is pretty smart. I think that Apple is going to do the same thing with their @me accounts when they come out. So I actually log in with the same password that I use for my Windows Live account. I wasn't given the option to create a password just for the computer. You might be able to change that. I'm not completely sure. So I am just going to log in now. And before I log in, we have an option to shut down the computer, and we also have, the ease of access options, and obviously the display picture there. I'm not sure if you can change the color from green. You probably can't because it appears to be part of the start menu here. I still refer to this as the start menu, and I believe that Microsoft does too. The Metro interface, I believe it is called. So you have your name in the top right hand corner, and if you click on the tile, you can change your user tile, lock the computer, log off, or add an additional user. I'm not going to show you all of the applications. I will show you basically how it works. So this is the Metro interface. I can basically go across the screen by using the arrow keys, and obviously by pulling across if I'm on a tablet or a touch screen computer. We have access to the classic sort of desktop. It's the same as Windows 7 for the most part. It is still significantly different. For example, the file manager is different. You're probably used to the ribbon in Office 2007 and 2010 now. Well, the file manager has one now too, which I don't think is the worst idea. You don't have to go looking for options. I wasn't the biggest fan with the ribbon interface in Office, though I quite like it in the file manager, or so far. And the major difference is the start menu. When you hover over it, you get the time, the time, the date, the day, and you can search, share devices, go to the control panel, view the devices, etc. And if you click on the start menu, it takes you back to this Metro interface. We have Internet Explorer, which it's okay. We have, the back and, forward buttons. I'm not sure if this does anything here. It basically displays, the website's, logo that it usually has next to the address bar. You can obviously change the address. We have the refresh and stop button. You can pin the page to the Metro interface start menu. You can, search for things on the page. You can, search for, Google. And, you can do next and previous, etc. You can close that. I believe that you get it back up by pressing F6, or that's just what I found out by mucking around. Or if you press F5 to refresh the page, then it comes back up. You can also use desktop view if you would rather do that, which I'm sure a lot of people will want to do, a lot of people won't. Now let's go back to the start menu. We have the store, which isn't currently available. It will probably only be available in the final release. Coming soon, Windows Store isn't available in Windows Developer Preview. We have a stock exchange application, which I'm never going to use, and I'm sure a lot of people aren't. But you have to admit the colours are pretty nice. Windows Explorer, that takes you back to, the sort of classic Windows 7 interface. I'm not sure what they're referring to it as. We have this new sort of control panel. I'm not going to waste 20 minutes of your life going through all of the settings. So you can change the background for, the lock screen, logon screen. There are user tiles. There's only one user tile by default. There don't seem to be a bunch that you can choose from. Let's go to users. You can create 3 different types of passwords. You can change the password you use to log on to the computer, or you can create a picture password. It's going to ask for my current computer password first. Welcome to Picture Password. Picture Password is a new way to help you protect your touchscreen PC. You choose the picture and the gestures you use with it to create a password that's uniquely yours. When you've chosen a picture, you draw directly on the touch screen to create a combination of taps, straight lines or circles. The size, position and direction of your gestures become part of your picture password. I might make another video on how that works. I don't want to waste too much of your time in this video. And you can create a logon pin. I was expecting it to have a bit of a dial with 1 to 9, etc. Yep, only numbers are allowed to create a pin. Is there a limit? Yep, and it can only be 4 digits. That's okay. I will be interested to see how it looks on the login screen, if there's a pad, etc. There are no wireless devices. There are notifications, app notifications. Privacy, you can allow apps to use your location. Let's see. These are 2 interesting options. Refresh your PC without affecting your files. If your PC isn't running well, you can reload Windows without losing your photos, music, videos, and other personal files. This is almost like reinstalling Windows, but having your files where you left them. Or you can reset your PC and start over. If you are about to give your PC away, you can put it back to the way it was originally and remove all your files. This is like an easy way to reinstall Windows. This is going to be great. If you get a PC with an OEM version of Windows, you should just be able to use, these 2 options. And theoretically, you won't have to reinstall Windows, using a CD or USB, etc., however they release it. Search, what apps you want to be included in the search, I believe. Let's see, share, show people, and apps I share with most often. That doesn't make much sense. Let's see, is there anything else that's interesting here? It has all of your devices. You can sync PC settings. So it must be part of your Windows Live account. Like if you log into another computer with the same login credentials, you must be able to, get the same, apps or themes, etc. Or that's what I'm presuming. I haven't looked into it, so don't hold me accountable if that's not correct. Home group, Windows Update, and more settings, and you have the classic, control panel. Okay, so what else do we have here? I believe this is, the RSS application. When I first opened it, I had the option to, add a bunch of streams, and I only added 2 streams. So I've got Engadget here, and I've also got another stream over here, Gizmodo, though Engadget looks better because it has all of the pictures. And if you click on the, a news article, story, etc., I really like how it displays. You can scroll across, with the arrow keys, etc. And I also forgot to mention how you exit applications and go back to the start menu is by using the Windows key. So the Windows key will, be a lot more useful in Windows 8 than it has been in any other Windows operating system in the past. We have Tweetorama, a Twitter client, which is included by default. You have your timeline, your own updates, and you can, write a new update. What else do we have? Following, followers, etc. We also have Socialite, which I haven't set up. I'm not going to set it up in this video, though I believe it's for Facebook. I will be interested to see how that looks. We also have Reddit. I quite like this application. It's not set to my location, though. I will have to look into changing this. Though in Anaheim, CA, I presume that's in America. I'm not sure what CA is, California or something. It's currently cloudy there. And I really like this effect with the clouds in the background. I imagine if it was raining, it would have a raining effect. If there was a thunderstorm, it would have a thunderstorm effect. So yeah, I quite like this weather application. And we have the build application, the Windows build program. I haven't really been involved in it. It's to do with Windows 8, building applications forward, I presume. Pickstream, what is Pickstream? Oh yeah, Flickr, I don't have a Flickr account. And we have Memories, your life book. I believe that you can create, your own sort of albums using, dates and pictures and effects, etc. I haven't, really had a, a good look into it. Though, it's quite impressive actually. It looks like the type of program Apple would, include, with iLife, etc. Though, it looks quite interesting. I don't have the patience to look at it right now. What else do we have? There are a hell of a lot of games. Look at all of these games. They're all different games, and I'm not going to go through all of them. It would take too long. We have alarms, so you can add an alarm. You can name the alarm, set what time you want it to go off, AM, PM, etc. What else do we have? Most of these are games. I think Labyrinth is also a game. Mopod. This looks to be, it's a podcasting application, hence the title Mopod. I imagine that Windows doesn't have such a, big library of podcasts, like Apple does in iTunes. I haven't checked. Okay, is there anything else here that's not a game? We have remote desktop. You just type in the PC name and connect to it. I'm not sure whether or not it's just for PCs on your network, etc. Because there aren't a lot of options here. Maybe it's just for PCs on your network, though you can obviously, probably find the old applications with a classic desktop, I'm not sure. What else do we have here? Is this another game? Oh, yeah, that's a game. Yeah, there were a lot of games included by default. We have NoteSpace. You can put your own notes here. Hello world. And there are a few different options which come up at the bottom here. I don't know how to get them back up, to be honest. Though there were a whole bunch of options at the bottom here earlier. Oh yeah, you just right click. So hello world, I can bold it and I can underline it, put italics on it, create a list, change the font, the size, the color. I can make it full screen, etc. So yeah, that looks quite nice. We have a flashcards application. I'm not even sure what this is for. Maybe it's for teaching toddlers, different colors, etc. I'm not completely sure how it works. It's a weird application. Though, that's some sort of game for toddlers, I think. That's probably another game, I imagine. InkPad. Yeah. Like most of these apps are, for the touch screen. If you have a tablet or a touch screen computer, it won't be fun to use if you're just doing what I'm doing with your mouse, etc. What else is there? That looks to be another game. I think I've actually played that game before. It's been out before Windows 8. Aircraft, Bitbox. What is Bitbox? Is this a music application? I'm not sure. Maybe it's a bit like Audacity. Though I haven't actually seen, a Windows Media Player or anything like that, which is quite odd. That's pretty much it for this video. I'm not sure if I've missed anything. I'm sure I have missed a lot. Though I don't want this video to, go for too long. If you have any questions or if you want me to make a video on a certain element of Windows 8, then feel free to ask, and thanks for watching.